Let's take a look at this problem. We want to solve this system. 6x plus 2y is equal to 22. Y is equal to 5x plus 3. Just to refresh your memory. Solving systems of equations by substitution. Now specifically this is linear systems equations. Now why did I choose substitution? Didn't say substitution. Whenever you have it solved for one of the variables already, then that's a perfect form for substitution. You could use the addition method, elimination, but typically substitution is going to be your best method. Now our first step is solve one of the equations for one of the variables. Step 2, plug this into the other equation and solve. And step 3, plug the value from step 2 into the equation from step 1 and solve. Okay, so let's look at this one. We've got 6x plus 2y is equal to 22. Then y is equal to 5x plus 3. Step 1. Solve one of the equations for one of the variables. Doesn't matter which equation you pick. They both give you the correct answer, but oftentimes there'll be one that's easier. The one that's easiest here is our second equation, so I'll pick it. So solve one of the equations for one of the variables. This is already solved for y, so that's a perfect one to pick. Now, which one's the best equation to pick? Well, the one with a variable with no number in front of it. This has a 6 in front of the x, this has 2 in front of the y, this has a 5 in front of the x, so this one is the perfect choice. Step 2. Plug this into the other equation and solve. Our other equation is 6x plus 2y equals 22. Now you want to be careful about that. Never plug it back into your equation you're working with. It has to be the other equation. Otherwise you get the wrong answer every time. Now here we got y is equal to 5x plus 3. We said y is equal to 5x plus 3, so we're going to replace the y here with 5x plus 3. So we got 6x plus 2 times 5x plus 3 equals 22. And solve this. Well, this is a linear equation, so I'm going to use my distributive property. I'll take the 2 and multiply it times the 5x and multiply it times the 3. Distributive property. 2 times 5 gives us 10x. 2 times 3 is 6 equals 22. Combine like terms at any step. 6x plus 10x is 16x plus 6 equals 22. Step 2 of linear equations is to get rid of fractions. Don't have any. Step 3. Get everything with an x on one side, numbers on the other side. I'm talking about terms. So I'll take 6 over. So we got 16x equals 22 minus 6. And what's that give us? 16, I guess? Yeah. Then last step is divide both sides by a number in front of your x. So we'll divide both sides by 16. And we get x is equal to 1. Step 3. Plug the value from step 2 into the equation from step 1 and solve. When I say the equation from step 1, this will always be solved for the other variable. So that's the perfect place to plug it into. So we got y is equal to 5x plus 3. And we just said x is 1. So we'll put 1 in for the x plus 3. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. So our answer will be 1/8. Now, actually, let me show that on the calculator also. Now, if you've never done it on the calculator, then don't try to learn it now. This is more for those who have seen it on the calculator. In order to put it in a calculator, you have to have all of your variable terms on one side and your constant terms on the right side. So I'll take this 5x and move it over. So I'm going to have negative 5x plus y is equal to 3. Now you have to make sure your x's line up, your y's line up, and your numbers line up on the right side. Now we're going to write down the matrix that goes along with this. We're going to drop our x's, y's, and equals, keep the numbers in their signs. So like I got 6, 2, 22, negative 5, 1, and 3. Now we're going to go input this in our calculator. So I'm going to do a second x to negative 1, go to matrix menu. That's actually the inverse button. T83s will have a button that says matrix. And that's just T83, not T83 plus. Then the left arrow over to edit or right arrow twice. Enter on A. It's asking us for the size of our matrix. And it's rows by columns. So this would be a 2 by 3. So do 2 enter, 3 enter. And we got 6, 2, 22, negative 5, 1, and 3. And I'll exit out, so do second mode. Then I'll do second x negative 1, right arrow to math, up arrow to RREF. Press enter on it. Then I'll do a second x negative 1, enter on A, enter again. And we end up with this matrix. Now, 2 equations, 2 variables. Our first 2 by 2 square here should be at diagonal 1, 0, 0 else, which it is. And then, if that's true, then our answer is the far right column. So this will be x, and this will be y. So our answer will be 1/8.